Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another episode of What's in Your Portfolio. I believe this is episode 12, I believe, of What's in Your Portfolio. So we're definitely glad to have you folks in here. So we do this once a month, kind of going over our portfolio basis and everything, really my portfolio. And it's open for you guys to ask questions about what you're looking into investing, my thoughts on things like that. Right. And as always, we do have throughout the week our crypto morning market news, our market close streams at the end of the day. We also have watch stock pick videos every Friday and crypto pick videos every Monday for you. And those are going to be go start coming out more and more as I got a little bit more time now. Guys, got to remember I run 4 businesses. I have properties that I rent out. I have a construction company I part own. I have a furniture store chain that I own. I have a moving and logistics and cleaning company that I own. And of course, I am doing this with you guys. So bear with me. Something take a little longer to come out and everything. And it's just been hectic trying to build all these pillars at once to help build to where we're going. But as you guys know, my name is Sal and I'm invested in stocks, crypto, real estate, and businesses. So we talk all things finances and business over here. So without further ado, we're going to get into this, but we do really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps support this channel because as you guys know, we are supported by you folks. So as you guys can see here, everything's kind of flat. I do think, me personally, we're on a good trajectory for buying. As you guys know right now, I was at last time we spoke, I was at about 4.4 million in my crypto portfolio holdings. I am now at 4.2, and I just put in a large chunk in the quant, link, dot, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. But as you guys know, the cryptos that I hold are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, dot, quant, AdShare, Link, Litecoin, HBAR, Arbitrum, CAS, and I will be adding Injection today as I figure out how much I want to put into that. So definitely seeing a slight downturn, nothing that I didn't anticipate, 2 to 5% losses here and there as we dollar cost average. And if you take out the dollar cost average, my crypto portfolio is down 10% from where it was 2 months ago. But I will say that it's, if you guys are looking to get in now, it's still a good time. Prices may seem high, but they're not really going to be as high as where they are going to be in this next bull run. I know Cody can't join us. He is actually working at the moment, so he won't be joining us on this one, but he'll probably be on for the live stream event tomorrow morning, hopefully. As you know, he's a busy guy as well, but his portfolio is doing very well. He's holding injection, quant, and dot, and his holdings are doing very well. He's also staking dot, and he's earning, I think, about 222 dot per year off of his staking. Now, both Cody and I stake off the Nano Ledger. I'm earning roughly about 600 dot off of what I have staking. I also have quite a bit of dot on the sidelines as not stake. So that way I can sell those for my profit. Now, if you guys are staking, I do recommend that you do not stake it too long, because if it hits the target price that you want to exit out, just remember it takes 28 days to destake it from a validator, or any staking for that matter. Just be careful because it takes a long time depending on what validator you're with and what cryptocurrency and all that stuff, right? But also, guys, as you're entering into your crypto market, I'm not a paid shiller of Nano, but I do like Nano and Arceus wallets. I do recommend that you guys have a hard wallet, not just a MetaMask or any of that. Get a hard wallet. That way you're completely safe, and make sure you're proficient at using it. So that way you can move your money around without having to worry about sending it to the wrong place or losing it. Because I have made that mistake before too. So you definitely don't want to make that mistake. So with that being said, though, we're going to move on. I'm still holding a large amount of XRP. I'm actually thinking about buying a chunk of it too to add to my portfolio. I'm not expecting a lot of I'm only expecting really to 2x my portfolio in the bull run, although it could go a little higher based on what I have held. We don't know. Don't know for sure yet, but we're kind of hoping and banking on that. If you guys are new and you're watching, or if you're watching this on the replay and you just happen to come across this, I do own a moving company which is doing very well, and a construction company which does very, very, very well for me. So, and as like my construction company, I just paid myself. There's only two of us now, where it's a 50-50 company now. As my other partner, I trust him a lot with sales, and I can do all the bookkeeping and everything, and he does all the employee management. And we've been running that thing like clockwork. We're booked out for the next 18 months off of 5 teams, off of projects. So we're in a good position. We're in a good position right now, and that has been fueling over the last year and a half, 2 years of my crypto portfolio growth, and as well as my stock portfolio. So, but real quick though, we'll talk quickly about my stock portfolio holdings. They're sitting nicely at 3.5 million, although I have dropped quite a few from my holdings. So I did drop the debt leveraging companies, which mainly hold the student debt. I just kind of dropped those because they're making great dividends. They still are. I'm just a little weary about people not paying them and how it's going to handle in the next 12 to 14 months. So I am going to I'm definitely looking forward to finding other stocks to put into my stock portfolio. And as you guys know, I also have a Betterment and Wealthfront funds, fund managements that I hold into. Just give me one. Okay, sorry about that. One of my teams was done a little early, so hoorah. So I do apologize. I just had to answer that phone call there. As you guys know, running a business is 24/7 for you. Um, so here we are. What I'm anticipating, I really can't say like I'm adding anything new other than injection to my cryptos and to my stocks. I'm looking for like 3 solid stocks to add in. My moving company is doing pretty good this year. It looks like we're going to be back on top of things this year. It looks like the bottoming out is happening this year, and the suffrage of that business has kind of hopefully come to an end. But you never know. It's a uphill rocky battle with where things are going. So, but I do really appreciate everyone that's working hard for me, and I am of course working hard for them as we continue on with these things. I do want to say though, if you guys are on a fence, it's okay just to watch crypto as you're going, because your portfolio is going to be your lifeline to your ability of whether or not you're going to be able to retire. And it's someone who I wasn't a financial advisor, but I was a licensed broker. I can tell you right away that if you're in your 20s and your 30s, you might want to start cracking down on getting these methods established. Start putting money into investing. Start putting money away, saving. Start planning for your future, because you can't really do it once you hit 40, 50, 60. It gets harder, a lot harder. You can do it, but it's very, very hard. And you don't want to have to hit that level of sacrifice. And then once you hit 60, and if you have prepared nothing at all, it's going to be tough for you to make it for this next year. It's going to be real tough. And I just hate to say it on that. And we got some other topics we're going to talk about, not just portfolio, but changing your guys' mindset. Because I see a lot of people, especially with my moving company, because I pay the highest in the area. And when I pay these guys more than they've ever made, I've only expanded their problems, not expanded their wallets. So just remember, guys, a lot of your ability to invest and save and build wealth is solely up here. It's just where you're putting your money to and your mindset about what you're earning and what you're spending. So, but I do really appreciate you guys being in here. So Hopefully we get some people in here with some questions. This is only going to be an hour tops, so just because I do have work to do and I got a lot of work to do. So, but I'm trying to be here for you guys. But with that said, guys, there are a few stocks I'm staying away from. Like I don't put any money in Tether. I'm sorry, cryptos. I don't put any money in Tether because why have it in Tether when Tether's more risky than just having it as cash? I'd rather keep it as cash. And Solana, I'm not putting any more money in Solana. I've already sold my position off on it. I made my money and I'm kind of jet out of there. I don't think Solana is going to be around after this bull run. So if you are in it, my strong recommendation my strong recommendation is to make sure that you cash out your profits immediately. Like if you're holding it because you think it's going to go well during the bull run, excuse me, which I think it will go well too. I think it will do phenomenally well in this next bull run. It's just not a good fit for my investments and where I want to be. And I only have so much money to throw around. I just think it's a high risk thing, a position, as well as I still think venture capitalists and people are going to be trying to make their money back on this. It's going to be a hard money grab. So just be careful about that. Be understanding of where things are going and how things are happening. Um, and pay attention to the liquidity of things. I also want to say that a lot of meme coins kind of come off this chain, and just be aware that that's going to be driving up the usage. It's probably going to crash it again. We might see like 2 or 3 more crashes during this next bull run of Solana. I kind of want to go back here because there's a lot of dogness being talked about XRP. I have a feeling XRP is going to make a nice little bounce back in this next few months. Now, if I look at it on the year chart, it's about where it was at the beginning of this year. As you know, July, we had some great news about it. Kind of spiked up, went back down, spiked up again, went down, spike up. I think it's going to do another spike, and we're probably going to end up like right around here, high 70s on it. So there's still some money to be made on it. I'm definitely thinking about cashing out my XRP, but right now I might buy a nice huge chunk of it just to add in because I think it's going to go to $1, maybe $1.50 in the next year, and that'd be a good time for me to cash out some of these profits because I've been holding XRP for 3 years. So, but just keep that in mind, and I also want just to let you guys know these are all speculative prices. We don't know. It all depends on market and market sentiment as to where things are going. But this is one of my larger positions. It is XRP is it's 5% of my portfolio. Not too far behind DOT and Quant, which are both at 9%. And then, of course, I have Chainlink, which is 10% of my portfolio, and Bitcoin and Ethereum, which Bitcoin is 31% and Ethereum is 13%. Although DOT's probably going to go up because I'm adding quite a bit more to it. So I'm sure I'm going to raise that up a little bit there. But there's really not that much I'm going to be adding to crypto, to be honest with you. It's kind of just right here and steady. Nothing really to that I'm adding too much to it. Let me bring up my market watch. Let's go over and take a quick look at stocks because my stock portfolio has been doing very, very well, mainly with the advent of Porch Moving Group, which is 32% of my stock pick portfolio. Of course, I also have in there Apple, Microsoft, AT&T, Healthcare Association, Coinbase, Walmart, and Bank of America stock. Now, banks are going to get hit hard. I understand that Bank of America, it's kind of at its all-time high in the last 15 years, but for me, it's a long-term hold for another 20 years. I don't see Bank of America going anywhere. I don't see them being strongly affected by anything. You just pulled up here for you guys because right now it's at a pretty good price. It's $40 on the futures. So, we're looking pretty good on this here. But the reason why I'm holding is mainly because of dividends, although their mortgage and their auto loan sides are going to suffer greatly. I still think it's a great company in the long term because they're kind of a really big national bank. They're kind of everywhere. A lot of people use it for retail banking. They have access to a wide customer base, both low cap net worth to high net worth individuals. I think they're going to fare fine and kind of weather this banking storm that is going to happen with the foreclosures in the commercial markets as well as the auto loan industry kind of collapsing. So I do get that, and I do think that I know that's going to hurt it, but at that when that price gets back down to like the $15 range, I'll start scooping it up more. But I have a feeling it's eventually after it dips first, we might see it get to like 45, 48 before it dips down to the 15 to $20 range. But if you go in another 20 years from now, it's probably going to be 60 to $80 a share because it's just going to be a very large, efficient moving machine. The next one I have on here is Walmart. And I have been holding Walmart before the split, and it's been doing very well for me. I haven't added any more to it since the split, but doing a 7 for 1, I'm sorry, I think it was a 5 for 1 split, or sorry, 3 for 1 split. It's definitely there, but as you can see, it's still 9% of my holdings, or sorry, 12% of my holdings. So I'm not too worried about it. It's going to fare very, 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 very well over this economic drought where people are spending less, being more self-conscious, rebuilding their savings. And that's going to be over the next 5 to 10 years. And Walmart's going to have a nice profit run. And I hope they increase their dividend, which is one of the main reasons I've been holding it. But I've been holding it for about 8 years now. So, and like Bank of America, I've been holding for 10 years. Yeah, no, 11 years. 11 years. I'm sorry. 11 years. Right after the 2008 collapse, like 2011, I've been holding it. But let's go on to the next one, which is Coinbase, which it's I'm pretty sure it's higher than where it was when I had no. So last reading, we've lost some money on this, which would be to be expected if the crypto markets go down. I may add more into that position right now, looking at it again, because I think Coinbase and Crypto.com are going to be the main crypto exchanges, and then kind of some smaller ones like Binance and TD. Now I know Binance is the largest right now, but I have a feeling Coinbase and Crypto.com are going to be far ahead of Binance because all the trickery's done, and I think Binance might be kind of heading south after this. And I don't think people are going to be using as much as Coinbase. And like Cody has said, he constantly uses Coinbase and trusts it, and it has that nice trust among all retail investors. So it's definitely going to be around. It's not paying any dividends, so don't expect any dividends. I'm kind of holding it for the value, and its value might have hit, but I'm going to hold it for another 5 years and see where it's going to go. That's kind of what I'm going to do with this stock. The next stock on the chain in my portfolio is Healthcare Association, HCA, which is just going to do phenomenal over this next one. As you can see, it's definitely done better than what I had it at. I've certainly made quite a bit of money. I've been holding it since the pandemic, since like the early 2020s. So it's definitely something I see is going to go up because healthcare is just raising prices. They're going to make more money. I mean, they're getting they're getting people on every corner. So you might as well just get it and earn that dividend. As you guys can see, the dividend is there at 66 cents. I expect that to increase to over a couple bucks in the next 5 years. But this is a stock I plan on holding probably for the next 20 years, if not more. Because like the next stock is AT&T, which I don't know. I may be changing my mind on this one. It's not really performing as well as I thought it would. But then again, it's a retail based item company, so it's heavily relying on the fact that if people can afford their cell phones. But right now their dividend's 28%. It's not really paying as much as I would like, but it's only 2% of my portfolio, just kind of a position I took. Because if it does get to a $40 target range in the next 20 years, I'll make some money off of it. If not, I'm not too worried about it. I may put a little bit more in, may not. Our next biggest one is good old Apple. One we should never short, but always pay attention to. And I have been dollar cost averaging into this like a motherfucker into this. So, and it is definitely a considerable amount of my portfolio, sitting at 20%, kind of. Now, let me just change the price here because it did go up a little bit. So we're looking at a pretty good chunk of change of my portfolio. Now, Apple, as you guys know, Apple's just going to keep rising. It's not going to go down. We may see, if it gets back to like a $500 valuation, we may see a stock split in it because people just love Apple. It's just plain and simple. Apple's viewed now as a status icon, so a status symbol, kind of like a Louis Vuitton bag. Like people are like, "What? You don't have an Apple phone? Oh, you must be broke." That's how people are viewing it. So that's why I'm holding Apple. I will hold it till probably for the next 30 years, unless the only thing that could stop me from holding it is if the financials start to become shaky, and they're not really shaky. They're just showing an economy that's pulling back. So that's why I'm still holding it. The next one on this list that I have is Microsoft, which has been running really, really good, and they're also dabbling in. They are dabbling into. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of stuttering here. Um, into AI. They're not really making a lot of progress on there, but as you guys know, I've been holding this stock since it was like $30 back in the early 2000s. So I've been holding this for a long, long, long time through stock splits and everything. So I'm not really too worried about it. It's not going anywhere. It's been doing very, very well. The dividend is 75 cents. Yes, I wish that dividend could be higher, like closer to $2, considering about how much money the company is generating. But it has generated more than that on its value for me in my portfolio. And right now, Microsoft sits at 13% of my portfolio. I may sell some of it off. I may not. Don't know. But it's still something good that I can dollar cost average into at a later time. Now, Porch Moving Group is definitely another one, is the final one. It's the most recent one. I've only been holding it for a year, but I have a feeling they're going to do very, very, very well. I've just got this feeling. And though it's pretty volatile on the price, I can tell you right now that it's definitely worth it. Right now for me, it's sitting at a nice percentage of my portfolio. As I said, it was 33% of my portfolio, but it's not paying any dividend, so don't expect a dividend. It's paying off the debts they incurred off of buying a bunch of other their competitors and kind of merging everything together. But they recovered quickly from that. That's the thing I want to say, is they recovered very quickly from it. So I expect them to do very, very well in the coming years. I'm looking for like a 2 or 3 year hold, maybe 5 years tops, or I would say no more than 10 years on this, unless the company does really, really well and becomes a solid blue chip stock. But it still has a lot of risk and volatility in it. I'm also buying it for other reasons I will not disclose of at this time, but I'm just buying up shares while they are cheap. And at $2.10, I was buying this sucker heavily at when it was in the 60-cent range. I was just buying, and it has returned lovely. Like I'm up 5 times on my money on this. And it's a lot of money I have in this right now. But as you guys know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm diversified enough that if I do lose on this, it doesn't hurt me. And as you guys know, with my businesses, everything's kind of turned around, doing well. Real estate wise, I'm not buying any properties just because I think they're going to be a nice value in a couple of years when short sales and foreclosures start really hitting the market. And I just can't compete with the big guys who have a lot of cash. But with that said, guys, thank you guys for staying for this episode. I know it's only been a half hour, maybe a good 20 5 minutes of solid talk. But I really appreciate all you guys joining in. If you guys want to check out more lives, definitely we have them all saved on YouTube. So just visit us on the YouTube, Simply Investing 6638, and check out our Patreon, as there is a lot of exclusive only Patreon videos up there. And there'll be a new series I'm just putting up just on the entry level Patreon, which you can get for $5 a month. So, and I'll be adding in a lot of that fun stuff in there, a lot more things in there. And also, you don't even have to pay to join our Discord. You just have to follow us on Patreon, and you can get the link for the Discord and join in. With that said, guys, thank you. Hit the like and subscribe. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys later.